Hello everyone, in this video I just have a couple of bits to share with you which are newly listed in my Etsy shop. I want to say a huge thank you as well when I did my shop opening announcement video last month. So many of you were so supportive, so just want to say huge thank you to everyone who commented, liked, favorited my shop, and of course those who ordered. Just thank you so much. So a few bits to share with you today. I have a new sticker and ephemera collection. This one is called Birds and Butterflies. So I will just show you these quickly. It is a mix of hand-drawn birds and butterflies, obviously. I went with like favourite British small birds for my bird sheet. So we've got a great tit, a blue tit, chaffinch, robin and a bullfinch on there. The little tits are my favourite, I think. They are so cute. These are all, as I've said, hand done and hand watercoloured by me. Then there is the butterflies sheet. I can't give you the names of butterflies. I kind of just went with colours that I like. Bird sheet is 15 stickers. Obviously there's 5 different designs and 3 of each on there. The butterflies sheet is 16 stickers, 7 different designs of butterflies, and there's at least 2 of each. There's 2 of most and then 3 of say the blue one and the yellow one, I think. Then there's the mix sheet, which has 1 each of all the designs, and I think it's got an extra yellow butterfly and an extra blue butterfly, just because I like to fill in the gaps. I don't like lots of empty white space on a sticker sheet. It annoys me when I purchase sticker sheets like that. So yeah, I try to fill up as much space as possible. So yeah, that's the mix sheet. And then we have the ephemera die cut pack. This is, so the watercolor florals pack I did last month was lots and lots of little pieces. It was something like 50 or more little flowers and leaves and things. This one is much bigger pieces, so there's 19 pieces in total in this one. There is 1 each of the birds. Where's the other one? There he is there. So there's 1, just move those aside, 1 each of the birds and then 2 each of all the butterflies. I think the smallest one is probably this green one, I would say. So yeah, they're much bigger pieces there, just to make sure to keep it different, as it were. So there we go, 19 pieces there. I just love the little blue tit, it's so cute. Anyways, so yeah, that's the birds and butterflies collection. They're all under one Etsy listing, so you can do sticker sheets separately or get all the sticker sheets. You can get the ephemera on its own, or you can get the whole bundle. So they're all there under the one listing to make it nice and easy. And then I have all the different printables. Now 3 out of 4 of these I have already shared before in process videos, and there's a new one in here as well. But I did ask if some of you would be interested if I listed these as printed versions as well, so you'd be sent the physical product, and a fair few people said yes please. So these are going to be listed as well as physical items that you can buy, so I will print them off and cut them for you. For those of you who can't do printables or won't do printables, or for whatever reason, you can just buy the sets. So there is this set. This is missing a piece because I've used one and I forgot to print off another set before I did the video, but this is the first one I did. These are slightly curled because I've had them stored in a basket and they've curled a bit. They wouldn't be like that when I send them to you, obviously. But yeah, this is the like front covers of a load of antique religious texts. Most of them are 18th century, that's 19th century, that one, I think. So they are proper antique books that I have access to and full rights to use and everything like that. I like that of the Divine Comedy. I think the oldest one is in here is something like 1730, and the latest is like 1840 or something like that. There are 10 individual pieces for this one, and as I said, I did use one of them already. I think it's something that was in old books like this, they often had a title page that was a letter to the king, like I dedicate this book to you, sire, and blah 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 blah. So there's one of those as well. Then these 2 I've definitely shown on a junk journal process video. This set is the vintage library tickets. This is, let me get my notes, so the printable version is 15 separate images. The way I do my printables is you download a zip file that has all the separate JPEGs, but then I also do pre-done PDFs, so you download those as well, and then they're just ready to print, so you don't have to worry about resizing the JPEGs or anything like that if you don't want to do that. So there's options for doing it, as it were. So yes, these were all taken from vintage books, from like the front things. There's one here, the War Office, the Secretary of State's Library. Thought that was pretty cool. So the printed version, so it's 15 separate images, but the printed has 37 separate bits and pieces. As you've seen, I've done some big ones, some really, really tiny ones. There's lots of different options in here. There's a Secretary of State's library, again, like a library ticket from Chelsea College Library, another book ticket, Cheltenham Ladies College withdrawn. I like that one a lot, withdrawn from stock, so quite a lot in that one. And then the other one I have shown before in a process video is the vintage adverts set. I just love these. These are all from, I think it's 1947, from a newspaper, and they're just fabulous. I love them so much. It is 23 separate images, but the printed version comes with 25, so there's two extras, there's two doubles just to fill up paper spaces. You know, I thought there's no point in me printing it off and then leaving two blank spaces, but yes, so there's two of this one. This one I really love as well, just because adverts were simpler back in the day. It just says a really good brandy. It doesn't need to say anything else, just a really good brandy. This one is funny because it's for denture stuff, you know, stuff you put dentures in overnight, and it says, "You're right, Grace. This makes teeth really clean." I was like, of course the one with my name on it is for dentures. Trotter's Jellies, Do You Know What Royalty Reads, Cold Wave, Dandy Floor Polish, Sunbeam Floor Polish, Jean, get it, eye drops, Tuck Sports Jackets, Somnus Mattresses, Lion the King of Beers, and look, an old Max Factor advert. How cool is that? So yes, there is that set. And then we have the new set in here, if I can get it out, make sure there's none. Oh, there is one in there. So these are all handwritten pages. They're all from the front of books. So inscriptions people have put in the front of books, anything from their name, address and date. There's this one, which is super cool, which is someone's written out their whole family tree. It ends kind of in 1808. It is blurred at the bottom here because that's naturally what it looks like, but yeah, it starts with like this person and this person got married in 1702, and then their daughter was born 27th of October 1709. It just keeps going, and then Lisa Dobbin was born 30th of January 1808, and that's when it starts to get a little bit unreadable, but I just think that is so cool. There is another one similar to this as well, little presentation thing. This book was presented to someone in 1887, 1830, 1888. Oh, that's very hard to read, that one. 1859. There's another family tree here, another family tree one here, slightly shorter, this one. It starts 1795, I think, 1806, just about, you know, different people being born. There's another one here. I like this one. It says, was the property of my late dear mother, Mrs. Elizabeth something, who died July 1835, and then he gave it to his daughter or something. And there's one, the last one is a Latin inscription. Please do not ask me to translate that for you. So this one is 12 separate images, and obviously I've printed these off bigger so you can actually have a chance to read what they say. So this is just the 12. I didn't do any extras on the printed version of these. So all of these I've just shown you, the handwritten, the book covers, the adverts and library tickets, are all available as printables, and then I'm going to put them on one listing so you can choose from a drop down menu for if you want to buy them printed and cut already for you. And then I'll probably do something in bundles to get the whole lot at a cheaper rate or something. I haven't actually done the listing yet, but it should be live by the time this video goes live. I also have some new journals. Now, I don't show journals on videos every time I make them because I just can't kind of keep making them and keep listing them really. But these are the ones that I've recently done. Things are falling out of this one. Just have to put those back in a minute. So I've got two A5s here. So these are basically slim junk journals, kind of designed to put in travelers' notebooks. So just like a traveller's notebook inserting in, but it's a junk journal inside. There's lots of little pockets which I fill with stickers and ephemera and things, fold out pieces, another little pocket. They're a mix of modern, just simple plain pages, vintage book pages. It's like, that's where that came from. That's that. So yeah, I try to make them interesting, or as interesting as possible. So like this one has a little pocket there, but then it flaps open like that. Another little fold out piece there. And this one folds out as well. There's a little pocket with some ephemera in there. They do include ephemera that is, you know, from those printables as well, and usually have a little postcard in there as well. So I won't show every single one in detail, but just so you get an idea of what's inside all of these. Within the listings, it does sort of specify exactly how many pages it has and how many different pockets it has, so you can read exactly sort of what's in each one. Then we've got the regular size ones. These are decorated front and back, and I'm not entirely sure why I did that, but there we go. But again, there's pockets in here, vellum, vintage pages, modern pages, book pages, all sorts of things. And again, every pocket, I try, sometimes I miss one or two, but pretty much every pocket has something in it. And then the other one, just very quickly, whoops, flip through this one. So all sorts of bits and pieces in there. And then we have the A6. I don't know why I didn't do B6 in this little round. I'm not sure why. Usually I do B6 as well. I don't have any listed at the shop at the moment, but there will be some up soon, I imagine, because I find B6 is actually quite a good size, but they're all good sizes. And the last little A6, little pocket at the front, and then again, pretty pages, vintage pages, pockets. How cute is that? That little book is actually that size. It's kind of perfect for doing A6 journals. It's in vellum. Again, little fold out ones and a pocket in the back with some stickers. So yes, that's everything that's being listed today. I am just going to quickly transfer to some footage. However, I got a custom order through from a journal, and it was quite a big one. The person has since received it. I'm pleased to say I was very happy with it, but I did do a flip through just so I could share it with you, give you an idea of what I do with junk journals and with custom journals. So I'm just going to move to that footage now. So this very beastie looking junk journal is a custom order I received. The customer will have long received it by now, so don't worry, she's not getting anything spoiled for her. But she asked for a nautical themed journal that was 6 by 9 with a 2.5 to 3 inch spine. So it's absolutely beastie, this journal. So yes, as I said, it's nautical theme. She also wanted like a hint of other things, vintage, flowers, that sort of thing like that. I had to hand make the cover because I didn't have anything even remotely close of old book covers to recycle that had a spine that big. So yes, the cover is completely handmade, and I'm just going to do a little flip just to give you a little sort of a show and tell sort of situation here. So this journal has 7 signatures, all of roughly 10 pages in the signature each, which makes 140 pages or 280 separate size. There's lots of pockets and flips and all sorts of things in here. So let's just go through. We've got a pocket at the front with some little bits of ephemera here. Just as I said, it's not just nautical, there are some little floral and pretty elements as well. The lady basically said she had very similar taste to me after watching my videos, so I kind of knew nautical, bit of floral. I think I put some things in here. Yeah, just some little white tags in there, little burlap pocket, some map pages. We've got so many things going on in here. I had a great time sort of finding all these nautical bits and pieces, and it was just, yes, it was a fun make. I try and put something in every little pocket just for funsies, and it also kind of shows you that the pocket is there, I suppose. And some are little page pockets, some are sewn in to the page, like this little vellum pocket here. Of course, some tea-dyed paper, pattern paper, old book paper. I've got the story of the British Navy, thought that would be appropriate. Some books on boats in general, silver sort of wavy lined vellum. I thought that was appropriate because it's like little waves. What have we got here? Ocean ships. I meant to sew this into one of the signatures, but it got lost in the pile, so I've just included it as ephemera to use. Lots of edging on the papers, zigzaggy edges, wavy lines that look a little bit like waves and things. Just lots of interactive elements here. You may notice there's quite a big gap between signatures, and the reason for that is to help when its owner starts to fill it up with all of her memories and memorabilia and stuff. Those gaps between the signatures are going to start taking up the bulk before the journal starts expanding itself, if that makes sense. So hopefully, yes. Got a little pocket here created out of lace with a little card inside. Just lots and lots of fun things. I love making these. I love going through them when I've finished, because usually by the time I've done all this, obviously there is a lot of stuff in this journal. Half the stuff I've forgotten about. So going through it for me is like, oh, look at all these little bits and pieces. Little bag of stickers and some wooden embellishments in that pocket. We've got some material here. This is from an old, what do you call them? Just like those little, not a tablecloth, but you put your cup on it, like a tea set thing. Made of cotton. I'm totally blanking. It's quite early in the morning for me to be filming. Anyways, more map pages. I think that's from that same Story of the British Navy. Some florals. Ocean ships book cover. I really like that. And it's also got that natural patina on it. I didn't ink those edges. That is just the way it looks. I think I love it when it does it naturally like that. I think it looks beautiful. With a little fold out there. Little pocket there. Little postcard for the Jolly Sailor Inn. Quite like that a lot. Fold out pages. I think that's supposed to go in there. Vellum. More map pages. Again, more pockets with little bits and pieces in, or advert for aerial ship photography, if anyone's looking for that. I'm going to have to speed up because we're not even halfway through yet. More things in there. I do stitch most of my battles on land and sea. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I do stitch most of my pockets because it's the most sort of reliable way of sticking things together, I suppose. But and I also just like the effect. I like all these little bits of cotton sticking out. I think that looks pretty cool. And just, yeah, well, another piece of burlap there. More music paper. I think that was that's more battles on land and sea. Little sewn bits of lace up there. More little pockets, envelopes and things. Recipe for fish. Thought that's appropriate for nautical, isn't it? I do like old recipe books as well. I think they're marvellous. What we got in this pocket, some of my little vintage adverts that are available in my Etsy store. A little envelope with some ship playing cards in there. I do try and include a certain amount of plain paper. Oh look, I haven't put anything in that pocket, but I think it's pretty obvious it's a pocket. Yeah, I do try and include a certain amount of plain pages, just, you know, for pure writing or painting on or whatever. I know with my things I like a few plain pages in there. So yeah, lace on some of the edges here. This is a pocket created out of that little coaster thingy. I just stitched the piece of material to this piece of cardstock here to create this little pocket. Vellum, more tea stained paper. This is cool. This is the VHS cover for the Treasure Island VHS. I think that's really cool. Map paper, more of those boats there, more Treasure Island. And also it's got Swiss Family Robinson on there as well. Vaguely nautical related, I suppose. I think we are nearing the end here. Another little piece of burlap down there, another pocket, little navy blue envelope. I think that's got some bits in. But yeah, just some more vintage adverts and some more ship playing cards. And then, there we go, that is the back page there. And then in the back pocket here, I've just got this postcard and a little envelope here, which has just got some like washi tape samples and other little bits and pieces there. So, there we go. It is a very, very beastie journal. I really hope the person who ordered it is happy with it. I had a great time at making it. I couldn't quite get over how big it was once I'd made the cover. I was like, oh my goodness, this is enormous. It is beastie. It's not as heavy as I think it might look, but I'm sure it will get heavier once it starts to get filled with journaling and things. But yeah, there it is. I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm going to go very safely pack this up to send it off. I have to admit that journal, I was kind of sad to see it go because I really liked it and I totally could have used it myself, but maybe I'll make another one for me. But anyways, there we go. So there's new stuff in the shop plus the idea of the custom journal. So I will leave links to all the separate little things. No pressure, obviously, to buy anything whatsoever. I just thought I would share what is new in the shop with you. If you could give my shop a favourite on Etsy, I would really, really appreciate that. But yes, other than that, I'm going to go get the printables. Yeah, that's kind of what they are, listed on the shop. And yeah, okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.